Thanks, Mike. Actually, there is a financial spin to Hurricane Sandy.
Yep.
It's closing the stock market today. We reported it might happen tomorrow. Steve, what's up?
Yeah, the New York Stock Exchange came out this morning and said they will, under current situation, cease trading today and tomorrow, and the bond market came out as well. So anybody who's doing any stock trading or bond trading or even 401k moves, the trades will get executed on Wednesday as opposed to today or tomorrow.
It sounds really heavy. I mean, you think back to like 9/11. It was closed for 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
Is this really a big deal?
Well, it's not the biggest deal. Most of our viewers aren't stock day traders, so it's not really going to impact our viewership that badly. But, you know, it impacts the economy. I mean, you're going to have a lot of insured damages here, whether it's to, you know, to homes or property. Thankfully, a lot of folks are heeding the evacuation orders. But, you know, there is a huge economic impact to this.
Speaking of economic impact, consumer spending seems to be trickling upwards for once.
Yeah.
Not for once, but for
Yeah,
first time in a while.
Yeah, we'll get to some good news. Why not? The report came out this morning. The consumer spending up higher than expected, about 0.8%. Doesn't sound huge, but again, it's moving in the right direction. The consumer income is up as well, up about 0.4%. So again, we're seeing folks making a little bit more money. They're spending more, which is good. My only concern is that the income is not up as much as the spending. So that difference usually means folks are incurring some debt. Hopefully it's not too much, but those are trends we like to see as long as the debt stays manageable.
We sense a bit of positivity, or is it just not as negative as it was?
Right, and that's the interesting use of the language here. Recent consumer surveys are out, and consumers are, quote, less negative. So they're not necessarily seeing things that great, but a lot of them are saying it's not as bad as it was 6 months ago or a year ago. And like I mentioned on many occasions, a lot of the economic activity you see is mostly psychological. If folks feel better, they tend to spend more money. They spend more money, it's good for the economy. So the fact that consumers are feeling better, or at least less worse, that's a good sign.
And there's some positive signs. There's some seasonal hiring going on, and big ticket items don't seem to be going as fast as they usually do at this time, but it's picking up a little bit, isn't it?
It's picking up a little bit, and I think as we get into the holiday season, of a lion's share of retailers across the country, this is their big time. Right. There are companies that will see up to 90% of their volume between now and New Year's. So we really have to make sure the numbers look good, and for all indicators, is so far so good.
Well, we'll see you back here next week where the topic undoubtedly will be the effect of the election on the economy.
We will talk.
Thanks, Steve. We'll be right back.